Alrighty, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. By the way, that sound is pretty cool. I got a few good like non-copyright uh you know sound clips or songs that are freaking awesome. So today, fire away questions. I'm pretty pumped up still, man. Like you go around Twitterverse, you go around Facebook, oh, we're not gonna win. But like the Steelers are winning, man. They're 8-8. They're 8-8. So when people get in here, fire away. Jetta, what's going on? How are you? I haven't really done a live too. I've done a lot of streaming, the game and stuff. I'm actually watching right now. I'm watching the Penn State game versus Utah because someone in the live chat the other day told me to watch. Who's the cornerback? Joey Porter's son. Yeah, Joey Porter's son. So Joey Porter Jr. So yeah. Look, the theme of this video anyway is pretty much like the Steelers are 8-8. And winning is not a bad thing, like at all. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers winning right now, being 8-8, is not. It's not a bad thing. And we act like what some fans out there are saying. Oh, well, I want to tank. And look, those days are done. Those days, the tanking days are done. You had your chance. The Steelers are now 6-2 from the bye. They're playing really good football. Really good football. They're sneaking away with wins. They have a chance for the playoffs, right? Porter opted out. Oh, he's not even playing the game. Why am I watching then? I was like, I couldn't. That's why I couldn't find him because another dude had a pick, and I was like, was that Porter? Okay, my bad. Well, that sucks. G'day, Travis. Yeah, man, this is just open conversation. Just nothing really going on. Just open conversation to any questions, any kind of stuff like that. Talking football and whatnot. So, getting up for the Bengals. Yeah, true. Who do you need? You need someone. I forget who you need to win. Do you need the Bengals to win? And I think the Steelers need the Bengals to win also. I think if the Bengals win, then there's more incentive for the Bills to play harder next week. I think. Oh, you turned it off as well. Okay. I think it might have been you, George, who told me to watch it. I think you told me to watch it. So I don't know if I'm going to watch the game today. I got a few things I need to do around the house and whatnot, and go outside and whatnot. So, just want to come in here quickly and do a quick live. But yeah, pretty excited, man. Like where the Steelers came from, being 6-2, getting counted out the whole time, and now sitting at 8-8 with a chance for the playoffs. And like I said, and by the way, all the games are now fixed. So week 18, all these games you see here, Bills, Jets, Steelers, whatever, right? We know the scenario. All those three games are set at 1 p.m. It was released today that it's going to be 1 p.m. For the Bills, Pats, Dolphins, Jets, and Steelers, Browns. So when I wake up at 5 a.m. next week for probably one of my last regular streams of the season, I will be scoreboard watching 3 games. No idea how I'm going to do it. No idea I'm going to keep everything updated, but it's going to be a busy day. Like we got to watch the Steelers versus Browns on one TV, or maybe on my Game Pass here. I can have like my laptop going here for another window. I can have Patriots Bills here, and then maybe on the side on my screen here for me, I can watch the other game, the Dolphins versus Jets. I'm gonna have like 3 different cameras to look at. I'll be calling 3 different games. It's gonna be the mega multi day. Like it's gonna be crazy. So, yeah, some good things are happening out of this. Yeah, 100%. G'day, Vibe. What's going on? 100%. Steelers announced the Browns 1 p.m. Yeah, and the other games too. They're all 1 p.m. So that's probably a positive that they're all playing at once. Because remember last year the NFL tried to stooge us. They tried to That's up my throat. There we go. Yeah, they tried to stooge us with the Raiders game. The fact that these guys are all the same time, is much better. Everyone at 1 p.m. means the leagues and guys can't figure out if they need to win or not. It means that they can just, all play at once, and you got to win at that time. So all the Steelers should be worrying about is Steelers versus Browns, and vice versa. The Jets versus Dolphins should be worried about that. Also, I heard that the Dolphins quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. By the way, Bridgewater's had a rough go, hasn't he? Bridgewater's had a rough go in his season, in his career. He's apparently broken his finger, so he might be out. So they could be playing Skylar Thompson. It could be Mike White for the Jets for Skylar Thompson. And the Bills, depending on what happens tonight, they might be playing a more meaningful game next week and have to beat the Patriots. But I could see the Bills beating the Patriots anyway. I could see that. I don't think the Patriots are a very good team. So they're playing at home that week. So yeah, Viper says amazing how it turned around. I'm dead set, mate. It's unbelievable it's turned around. I just can't understand some of these fans who just want to give up. And you know what? The time's over, man. Like the bandwagon is to me, the bandwagon's already gone. You had your chance to get on. The chance to get on the bandwagon or jump on the train was the Raiders game, was the 13-10 Raiders game. Kenny Pickett throws it the pass to GP. Tomlin is a winner, 100%. 100%. Now, I did say that, like I was saying in the offseason, I started getting quite a lot of flack, so I stopped saying it. But I was saying Tomlin is a winner, you need to deal with it. I've made plenty of videos about that. But I know it's funny, and I probably should have pushed through the adversity. But when you put those posts out and those things in social media on Facebook, and when the team's losing, then you get a lot of heat. But when they start to win, then they're all quiet. Like this was the point. Like this team has played much, in my opinion. I know it sounds crazy. They've played much better football, I think, than last season. The running game's better. Now, of course, the offensive coordinator is a bit like, yeah, whatever. See, something needs to happen there. Quarterback play, I think, is being a lot better. Big Ben was near the end of his time, right? Near the end of his time. They just played a lot better. So, yeah, man. I was getting, like, such abuse. It's so hard to be a pro-positive Tomlin supporter and a Steelers supporter sometimes. Because the only people in Steeler Nation who don't like, the only people in the NFL nation who don't like Tomlin are 5% of Steeler fans, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. So, anyways, what I was trying to say was, to me, the Steelers bandwagon, the train has left the station, right? The train has left the station, and if you want to catch up, if you want to run past that train, run all the way up, jump on like a train hopping hobo, right? No offense to those blokes, right? They get free travel. But you run up there and jump on, then if you jump on the same train as us, right? You're on the train that we're going to the playoffs. Say we make it next week. Say we win a playoff game. If you were on the Fire Tomlin crowd and you're a Steelers fan or whatever you are, then just be quiet, man. Just chill out and enjoy the journey. Don't be bringing up his stats. Don't be bringing up how he can't challenge timeouts. None of that stuff. We legit don't care anymore. The guy is a winner. Never having a losing season in 16 years is pretty unbelievable, right? That's unheard of. And it is unheard of. He's the only guy in the NFL to do it. Super Bowl, he's got all this stuff. 100%. 100%. And I've often thought too, right? I've often thought as well, right? It was a lot more fun, I think. It was a lot more fun without social media. Even when I was a kid, if there was no social media, right, and you went to the bar, you watched the game, I don't know, you went around your friend's house and watched the game, and then you went and played marbles or whatever, and then you just hung out with your friends, maybe playing PS2, like back in those days when I was 2004, 2005. If you're 8-8, you just cheered your team on to win every week. There was no overall speculation. There was no overall criticism that much. There was like, oh, you watched the game, oh, our team sucked today, whatever, you moved on. Now it's the constant just rubbish over and over and over from different takes. And yes, sometimes I let it affect me. I let it affect me way too much. I really do. I let it affect me way too much. But at the end of the day, when you really think about it, and when you support the team and you watch the team, because it's fun, when you watch a team like that, it's all for fun. And right now, the Steelers are 3 games away from the playoffs. And I reckon, look, if they do make it, if the Steelers do make it and they verse the Chiefs, they verse the Bills, that's going to be tough. But if they somehow verse the Bengals and they go to the Bengals stadium, and I reckon they can win that game. I reckon they can beat the Bengals. Now, beating the Chiefs at home, that's tough. Beating the Bills at home too, they've done it before, but that's tough. So I think out of the teams who they can verse, out of those 3 teams, which one of those 3 has to be one of those 3 teams, I would rather see them verse. I think the Bengals, the Bills, and then Chiefs. Because I don't want to. They can't versus the Jags. Was that all of them? That's 1, 2. That's 4. Yeah, it's 4. So and then see what happens. But look at Tennessee. Yeah. Hey, Dobbs ain't that bad. Dobbs, to be honest, Dobbs ain't that bad. He's all right. He's all right. But you guys got any questions? Let me know in the chat. But yeah, today I'm just like, winning is not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. When you think about it in life, when you win money, when you win, you're playing a game with your mates on you're playing in Madden, you win that. It's not a bad thing. It seems to be that some fans in the NFL, that when the Steelers win, they're just not happy. And it's like winning's not a bad thing. Winning's a good thing. You put all your energy into it. You put your heart into it. You work and train at the gym. The fellas, Najee Harris and Cam and all these guys train really hard. They go through the playbook, even though it's a limited playbook with Canada. But they train and do all year. They fight. I mean, you imagine that game. You know what's funny? You know what's very funny? You know what's very funny? You imagine a Steelers fan walking up to Najee Harris and saying, I want you to tank. Or walking past George Pickens and saying, oh, can you just lose this game? Oh, do you realize that your coach hasn't won a Super Bowl in 10 years? They would laugh at you. The Steelers players themselves, if they heard these narratives, because they work, day in, day out, they sweat day in, day out, they grind. Look, I understand they're getting paid a lot of money. I get that. They're getting paid a lot of money, and I really get that. But they work day in, day out. And exactly right, George. Tell it to Cam. Tell it to Cam, right? Hey, Cam, can you go lose? Did I just get rated by 2? Hang on. The best adult site in the world. Yeah, tell it to Cam. Go up to Cam and say, you're not going to win a playoff game next week if you make it. What's the point? Tell Cam exactly this. Walk past Cameron Hayward and say, hey, Cameron Hayward, by the way, if you make the playoffs next week, you're going to lose. You'd probably get punched in the head. You'd probably somehow, Cameron Hayward would push you really aggressively. He'd bump you with a shoulder. He'd punch you in the head. When the actual fans, the rhetoric they speak about saying, oh, if you make it to the playoffs, you're not going to have a chance. There's no chance. Oh, you know what? Winning a game for Franco, and I would rather see them lose that game to get a higher draft pick. Tell the players like Cameron Sutton or Minkah Fitzpatrick, who went out there and played some good football, or Mark Robinson, who's like the rookie linebacker, smashing someone in the face like that. Tell them that. It's not going to happen. Like it just won't happen. That's the thing that's so comical about this stuff. Some of these words will fall on deaf ears. Like, you tell a player that, you know what, mate? I don't reckon you can win next week. You can be critical of players. Sure, you can be critical of players in their development, or critical of Trubisky, how he was playing, right? Stuff like that. Like, oh, I'm not a big fan. But I'll tell you what, I probably couldn't tell Trubisky that he sucked. No way. I'd probably turn, not into a giddy schoolgirl, but if I walked past Trubisky, I'd probably feel a little bit bad saying, well, on videos over and over and over, I've said that this guy sucked, right? I would think, man, I feel like an idiot. I'll probably meet the guy and probably be a nice guy, probably be a good bloke. We're so overreactionary to things. And if we were to meet the players, I don't think we'd say any of this stuff. I don't think on the internet gives you such power to say anything you want. You can hide behind an avatar, and you don't even need to be a real person. Now, I'm a real person. I believe I am a real person, and I believe you guys are real people too. But at the same time, if you were to go to training camp, and if I walked up to Mitchell Trubisky, and I went, hey, Trubisky, you suck, I wouldn't do that. Imagine exactly right. Imagine walking up to Tomlin and saying, hey, Tomlin, you're the worst coach in the NFL. It doesn't make any sense. Hey, Tomlin, you can't win a playoff game. You're terrible. Oh, we should fire you, Tomlin. It doesn't make any sense. So, anyways, that's just my little rant, that kind of stuff. I just can't handle it, and I need to check back out of it. I read too many comments. I read too many things on social media. I read stuff on Facebook where one guy hasn't been watching. I was on the NFL Australia Facebook the other day, and this guy said that the Steelers are just filling up numbers. And I was like, filling up numbers? What do you mean filling up numbers? The Steelers are fighting their way to get into a playoff spot, and every playoff spot counts in the NFL. This guy said there's no point for the Steelers to make it because they're just filling up numbers, basically meaning that they're going to be a casualty for someone else to take advantage of. But that doesn't make sense. If you're in the dance, if you have a chance in the dance, you make it, then you have all right to be there. Every single team has all right to beat there. Now, there's also, and I'll tell you what, I've got a bit more, I'll say it, I've got a bit more NFL knowledge than I think a lot of these other NFL Australian fans. These other Australian fans have only been watching for a small amount of time, and some of their takes I just don't agree with. But I've been watching for 20 years, 21 years. I understand the game. I've been over there. And a lot of these guys, they say things like, the 7 seed doesn't count. But it all counts to me. If you make the playoffs, it all counts, right? Now, there's also another idea, and I want to hear your guys' opinion too. There's also another idea that the NFC South shouldn't make it. If you're 7-8, you shouldn't make it. Like Tom Brady's team, the Buccaneers, they shouldn't win a division. I saw a take the other day on NFL Australia, and I didn't agree with it, that the Tom Brady's team, the Buccaneers, they shouldn't be able to host a divisional game because they have a 7-8 and they have a bad record. And I was like, the American football and the National Football League has one of, if not maybe one of the best systems, how they go and verse every single team every 4 years, right? Remember that. They got one team can verse every team every 4 years, at least once. The divisional structure is amazing, by the way. 4 divisions, 4 teams. It's all super easy to figure out, right? All super easy to figure out. Yeah, it's live, man. We're live. The divisional structure is so easy to figure out. Every year you go, your plan is to win the division. If you win your division, you get in and you have a playoff run. Now, this comment from NFL Australia, like I said, some of these guys in Australia, they just don't understand the game. I'm not saying that I'm better, but I do have a lot of knowledge about the NFL compared to some of these Australian dudes that are like been watching for 2 or 3 years. I just don't get it. But to me, the divisional structure is fantastic. You go and win the South. Right now, it's Jaguars versus Titans. All they care about is winning the South to get in. The Buccaneers have just won the NFC South. Now, sure, they're 7-8, and sure, the Steelers have a better record than them, but it doesn't mean you should base the playoffs off standings. I think the way it's worked out is high-quality football with Steelers versus Ravens, right? Steelers versus Ravens, divisional football is fantastic. Probably one of the best matchups in NFL ever. It's always fun to watch. It's always physical. It's always gritty. It's always just smash mouth football. And the same thing is for other divisions too. So this guy was saying in one post I read, well, they shouldn't allow the Buccaneers to have home field advantage because they won the playoffs in a losing record. I don't agree with that. I don't care. I don't care what if you have a losing record. I don't care if you're 6-10 or if you're 6-11. If you win that division, right, and your division sucks, if say for instance the Steelers won at 7. Say we won at 7-9, right? Which could happen in 1 year. The Baltimore Ravens win 3, Bengals win 3, Browns win 3. If we win at 7-9, we deserve to be there because our division sucks. That's what it is. I think they're now 8-8. Yeah, same thing. Exactly right? Exactly the same point though. If they go 9-8 or if they lose 8-9, they've still won the division. To me, the divisions are so easily figured out, and this is how I figure out too a lot. G'day, Great One, what's going on? G'day, Dante. G'day, Jeremiah, what's going on? The Cuda, what's going on? The good everyone? Yep. This is how, to me, right? It's so easy to explain. I've had countless arguments, countless interactions with Australian fans that I walk past them and I have a conversation, and you'll get into like a just a bar conversation, and they'll go, "Man, wouldn't it be great to see the Steelers versus Ravens in a Super Bowl?" Can't happen. It can't happen. You can call them out easily. When a fan from Australia, and I'm picking on them today because I want to. When a fan from Australia says, "Oh, you know what? How cool would it be to see the Chiefs versus Chargers in a Super Bowl?" Can't happen. Can't happen. It doesn't happen, right? That stuff infuriates me the most. Like, at least if you're going to watch the team or you're going to cheer a team on, figure out what's going on. Watch the game, learn the game, understand the game. Bengals run the North. You do this year, ball buster. Not next year, mate. All right. Figure out how the NFL actually works before you say stuff like that. I once knew a guy that followed the Chargers and he followed the Chiefs. Choose one. What are you doing? Why are you following this two teams in one division that those two teams hate each other? And you play them twice a year. So when the Chargers versus Chiefs, who are you going to root for? To me, it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make any sense. He followed the Chiefs and Chargers. And I was like, I couldn't. It got to the point where I legit could not talk football with him. I love talking football. I would do it to the day I die. I love the whole game. I love the physicality. I love it all, right? And I'm the guy, if you ever meet me at a party, tap me on the shoulder and say, mate, I'm fucking done. I'm sick of it. Stop talking about the NFL. Stop talking about the Steelers. I'm done. Leave me alone. And then tell me to go away, right? But this bloke, he only knew the Chiefs and Chargers. Like, how do you support both? That frustrates me. I've seen fans. I've seen Australian NFL fans wear Jets shorts and a Miami Dolphins hat. I've seen them wear a Raiders shirt and have no idea about them. I just don't understand, right? Yeah. And I'm not saying their opinion's wrong. I'm not saying like they haven't got the passion behind that, I'm just saying these kind of things frustrate me to a sense. I'm like, look, I can have a conversation and talk the walk and do whatever. But it's like some of these takes I just don't agree with. Like the fact that Tom Brady and the Buccaneers don't it's right. And look, me and Michael haven't agreed on the Tomlin issue. And I talked about that at the start. We haven't agreed with that. It's not a personal attack. My stuff on the Tomlin stuff is the whole thing in general. I'm just kind of done with the idea of the fire thing. So we haven't agreed, right? We haven't agreed on that stuff. But things we can agree on is the level of maybe NFL knowledge from players and other takes. When I see NFL Australia, it just does my head in. Go and learn the game. Go and understand how the game works. Go and understand how the draft works. Go and understand how, if you're talking to me and you say to me that an AFC team, that two AFC teams can go to the Super Bowl, I lose it. The big reason why that I started making this YouTube channel and I wanted to get my voice out there and have my opinion or whatever it is, if you like it or love it, whatever, it's cool. Because I couldn't handle the Australians anymore. I would go to random bars. I go to parties when I was younger, and the stuff that I hear friends say, or not friends, but like people you meet at a party say, "Oh, by the way, did you hear this guy got traded?" I'm like, "No, he didn't. He's not traded. I know he's still on their team." Oh no, well this guy's still playing for this team. No, he's not. He's not there anymore. It's infuriating to me. So these things will come up on the NFL Australia, and that's why this is where my rant started. My rant started because one bloke said the Steelers don't deserve to be there. They said that they don't deserve to be there. They're a walkover team. They're just a number. They're a casualty in the way. If they make it, they're just a number. So no matter what, if they're a 7 seed, they're just a number. And I disagree. I disagree. If the Steelers make it and they go to the playoffs, then this is good. This is good repetition for the young team making the playoffs. It's another chance to see how far we can go. Tomlin is always getting there. If you agree with it or not, Tomlin is getting this team to the playoffs. He does. That's what he does well. He gets his team ready, and he has a chance to get them for the playoffs. But it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that some NFL fans that they might have the most knowledge I know. Well, I'm picking on the Australian ones, right? I'm picking on the Australian ones because this fella was like, they have no chance. And I was like, have you been watching the game? Have you been watching the game since the bye? The Steelers are 6-2 since the bye. They got done by the Ravens, and the Bengals beat us. The Bengals played good football. Sure, that's okay. They played good football. We were up by halftime. We couldn't move the ball. That's fine. You win that game. But the Ravens game, Trubisky shat the bed and threw picks, and it was just like, my bad. Sorry. I don't mean to go everywhere, but I like it. I've just had this annoyed me yesterday. I've got 2 or 3 people annoyed me yesterday. Where was I? Now I'm now I'm confused what I was saying. Now I have no idea what I was saying. All right, let's go to the chat then. I have no idea what I was saying. G'day, Claude. What was I saying? I can't remember. You've really. I read that. And I was like, damn, now what am I saying? But I'll go to the chat anyway. I'll come back to it. But yeah, it pissed me off because I know where was I? What pissed me off was, I guess, the level of intelligence of some of the NFL Australian fans. That's what I was getting at. Maybe some NFL fans in America, but the level of intelligence of the Australian fans telling me that my Steelers can't make a run if they get to 7th. If they get to 7th, right, then they have no chance. They're a walkover. They're just a number. And I completely disagree with that. If the Steelers make it, right, if they go and make it and everything happens, the 3 games happen our way, then some would say they're just a number. They're not just a number. They got there and they have a chance to win a playoff game. And if they can verse the Bengals, I think we can, right? But I'll go to the chat. Sorry about that. I was going all over the shop. Who did I miss? Coleman, what's going on? Kenny Pickett looking like a young Jerry Gould, Steve Young out there. G'day, Coleman. What's going on, mate? You give me some questions too. I'll have a question, but I had to get off my chest. It's just frustrating to me when I speak with these Australian fans sometimes. It's like they're stat warriors. All they really watch are stats. You know, they don't really watch anything else. They don't watch the progression of the team. They don't follow guys like Jaylen Warren. They don't follow guys like Mark Robinson, how to go. So they don't follow guys like DeMarvin Leal, who gets in there and has a shot. You know what I'm saying? They don't follow those guys like that. They don't follow, Kenny Pickett's progression from the bye and when he got, the concussions and that kind of stuff. So it just really infuriates me. You can't win the playoffs. So you can't win Super Bowl if you don't make the playoffs. 100%. You got to be in the dance, right? Where are we? Yeah, exactly right. We won the Super Bowl in the last seed. Now, that was the 6th seed, and there's been some controversial topics where does the 7th seed count? I believe it does. That's the one? Yeah, okay. Jeremiah Young, I've been a Steelers fan since 1975. Franchise won a lot of games. I haven't seen anything quite like last night's game. It was crazy, man. Like, I've got my live stream reaction video coming out. The one I did yesterday was just amazing. Like that Kenny Pickett pass was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, man. He banked out. Najee Harris went to the wheel route. He got open. He high pointed the ball, and Kenny Pickett found his man. It was awesome. Most people in USA do not watch soccer. We could care much less. I don't think I brought up soccer. The main thing that's annoying in America is that just bandwagon fan, to be honest, is the main sport. Yeah, it is frustrating. I think when you know what you're talking about to a certain degree. I'm not saying like an opinion, but some of these takes can just be beyond awful. I think that is crazy. Saints beat the Eagles. Yeah, that's true. I actually thought the Saints would win that game. I thought the Eagles have already done it. And I was 5-83. Steelers fan, sign of the team to grow. Huge step. Exactly right. Huge. And dude, that was good too, man. That was good too. That pass over the middle to Kenny Pickett was unbelievable. The pass from Kenny Pickett to Steven Sims. Also, Steven Sims is a good guy too. Like, he's a good guy too. So yeah, this team has definitely made progressions. And if you're on the Fire Tomlin side or not, the team's gotten better. Like, they got much better since the bye. And if these things happen, right? These things happen and go our way, then there's some good upside, and maybe for next year too. And of course, the Steelers are going to have to address the offensive coordinator. That needs to happen. But this team is starting to rally around and play for one another. And I thought some good things are happening. Deontay's happy with his quarterback. He said in the interview, "That's my quarterback." Najee Harris, he's happy in interviews. They just need to figure out a few things more and start winning by double digits. Start winning by, converting in the red zone. Chris Boswell was off too. That kind of sucked, right? But the gritty win got it. 16-13, and now we have a chance where if they go to the playoffs, and I know a lot of people say they're not going to win their playoffs, but I don't care. I want to see Kenny in the playoffs. If I can see Kenny in the playoffs, that to me would be awesome. Awesome to see. And the running game too. Like, there are small things we need to be, I guess, like proud about or recognize or respect. The running game to me was fantastic. 198 yards. They run the football. However, at the same time, can Canada implement some play action? Can Canada implement some passing routes to GP? GP was only targeted 3 times, and I get that. I get that. Like, it's still on Pickett to go through his progression and throw it around, but there's still a coach in his ear saying Canada saying, well, this is going to be the hot route, or this guy will be open, or make sure you check it down to this guy in this certain scenario, right? I think they do need, and exactly right, they need a competent OC, someone who can expand the game and grow it and push the ball down the field and find Pickens one-on-one, get Pickens open, like scheme players open. That's what is frustrating. Is you just see the same plays over and over. The same plays worked last night. But if I can play the devil's advocate and go back on beyond what I said, everything. The hardest part I think about winning, if we do make the playoffs, the hardest part about winning as a 7 seed is the Steelers can't score more than 20. They just can't. It's not happening in this offense. So everything I said about them having a chance and winning, if you go back on the flip side, if you flip a coin and it lands on the other side, then the negative side is, or the bit of reality, is if the Steelers versus the Chiefs, can they beat the Chiefs 20-16? I don't think they can, right? That's going to be hard. Can they beat the Bengals 21-19? Maybe. Can they beat the Buffalo Bills in their house 20 points to 17? That's going to be the hardest point when you think about it. Can they go and do that? Because the stats show, and the overall play the whole year, is that the Matt Canada offense is scoring less than, I think, 16 or 17 points a game. Now, they have time possession. They're holding the ball, time possession. They're running down the field. They're driving all the way down the field. But can they score points? Can they put up 7, 14, 21, 28, 35? They don't seem to be able to do that right now. The red zone offense is bad. Boswell's off his rocker a little bit. And they can't get TDs. They can only get field goals when they can. So these things is one thing where if they do make the playoffs, if they make the playoffs, right, at the 7 seed, going into Chief Kingdom, going into Bengal Town, where they can score points, it's going to have to rely on the same formula they've been using, which is run the ball, play good defense in the second half, only allow 3 points, 7 points, and win that game 19-16. And I don't think you can keep Mahomes, Josh Allen, or Joe Burrow below those points. So, yeah. Build a team while Kenny's on his rookie deal. Yeah, it's crazy, man. That was crazy. Good thing about that. That's true. They just won too, and that was with Trubisky as well. Yeah. I get that feeling too. I think it was 2018 when Chris Boswell had the groin injury, was missing kicks. I still believe in Bos, but there's like a nagging injury there. Maybe he can't play on his foot. Maybe it's the groin stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's just something sore there. But it definitely does seem off because Boswell's pretty much automatic, right? And TJ too. TJ's been very quiet from his injury as well. He got the sack yesterday, but he's been very quiet. So other guys are stepping up. Maybe we just go for the touchdown zone before we get the 20. Yeah, well, we saw that with the George Pickens one. And I really appreciate too when Kenny was going down the field, right? It seems like in go time, they can do it. Kenny can like go down the field and he's got the NFL record now for back-to-back rookie comebacks in the league, right? But this is the thing that I found funny about comebacks. I think Big Ben and Matthew Stafford had the most comebacks in NFL history, right? I would rather our rookies have no comebacks. I get it. Football's football, comes down to the wire. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, comebacks are great, but go and finish the game. Go and finish the game in the third quarter. You know, rack up enough points in the third quarter where you can allow your defense to hold it out. You know, that game, if their red zone offense was good, we could be scoring 14, 21 points. It could have been 21-9, and then possibly 24-12 or 24-13. You know, we could have been up. So it's all great having a stat of a quarterback having a comeback, But I don't want to see a comeback. I want to see a win in the third quarter. But we know how the NFL is. Goes down to the wire. The refs get involved near the end. The refs got involved with Cameron Hayward. That wasn't a penalty. That was terrible. Yeah, if it's a groin injury, it's a kick or two, and that's a main motion. Yeah, definitely. And we've all, I guess, a lot of blokes in here right now, we've all had groin injury. They suck. Like I've had playing tennis. I've had some problems down there, and you got to stretch it out and whatnot. Got to let it heal. So, yeah, g'day, Sean. What's going on? Love the clutch gene showing up big time. Yeah, 100%. I get that always. I think. What was it? I did. They always come down to 3 points, right? The last time we versed them, we lost by 2, 16-14, right? We won 16-13. So it always comes down to like 2 points, 1 point, 3 points. And I get that because both sides are so physical. It comes down to the wire, right? Didn't Big Ben lead the Steelers to a Super Bowl win as a rookie? No, I don't think he did. This is the misconception, right? I think it was the next year. I'm pretty sure. You guys let me know. Yeah, you guys let me know. I'm pretty sure that Big Ben, Jeremiah, not as a rookie the following year, right? So let me say this. In Ben's rookie year, did he not go 15-1 or something like that? He went 15-1, right? He went 15-1, and he won the next year, I think. G'day, Marcus. What's going on? Yeah, who's gonna win, Bengals or Bills? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I know this sounds crazy, but let me see. I think we need the Bengals to win. I think we need the Bengals to win because then the Bills can play harder next week. So let me do a live playoff predictor. We'll do Bengals winning, with Steelers win for sure, and I think we need when the Chiefs play. So here it is. We can't. This is the scenario we need to happen. We kind of need the Bengals to win tonight. Hear this out. We need the Bengals to win tonight. Then next week we need the Ravens to beat the Bengals, which won't happen, and we need the Raiders to beat the Chiefs so that the Bills can beat the Patriots to get the first seed. That's the only way they get the first seed, I think. Well, the Bills can win tonight's game as well, right? But then there's no point. Yeah, the Bills can win tonight's game. You know what? I take that back. I think no matter what, that all three teams, Chiefs, Bengals, and Bills, they'll probably all play hard the next 2 weeks because they're all fighting for the number 1 seed. And if the Bengals win 2, so if the Bengals win 2 and the Chiefs win 2, then Chiefs get it. The Chiefs are the deciding factor. But if the Chiefs lose and the Bengals win, then they have a chance. So, yeah, they're all fighting for the number 1 seed. Oh, it's confusing. Yes, they are. All important games at 1 p.m. Let me bring up the banner, the Rex banner. Where is it? Yeah, so all important games at 1 p.m. tonight. So Jets, Bills, and Steelers. So, it doesn't matter for us. You know what I'm saying? This game, AFC North game, the Bengals versus Bills doesn't matter for us. I hear you. Yes. No, wait. So when we play the games, when we play the 1 p.m. game, the other 2 games are after. No, they're all the same. So this is probably the best result because we can scoreboard watch the exact same time and we know within 3 hours. The Steelers will know. It's going to be hard though because say the Dolphins are winning 21-3 versus the Jets with third quarter time, and the Steelers are winning against the Browns 21-10. You're like, well, now we need the Jets to win. It's going to be back and forth. So I feel like people when the rest of the starters are doing great for them. Same with us. We did it with the Browns game, right? I said they should have played Big Ben. Big Ben, in my opinion, I said it back then. Big Ben should have played that Browns game They played Jones. The Browns won. The next week, the Browns kicked us out of the playoffs. I think you play them, and I think they lose a lot of rhythm. I think they do. Okay, so the Bengals are starting factor. They have complete control of top 3. Bengals win. KC has 1 seed, and Bengals have 2 seed. Okay. So if the Bengals win twice, they're in it, right? Is that right? Wait a minute. No, if the Bengals win twice, they're not. So KC has to win 1 game. If Buffalo wins twice, they have it. So I think, to be honest, guys, I think the Buffalo Bills will play pretty strong against Patriots. They don't want to lose regardless of their position. They won't rest starters. I think they'll play to win the game, I think, that week. The big one for me is the Jets. Is the Jets, will the Jets play good football against the Miami Dolphins? But the Dolphins are starting Skylar Thompson. G'day, Still Girl. What's going on? G'day, Michael. What's up? It would be good. It would be good. See, that's the question. I don't know. I don't know that question. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure that out. I think the best case scenario is the Bengals win today. If the Bengals win, then the Bills will play their starters next week to win that game, right? Play Josh Allen, go and carve up the Pats, mate. You know, throw TDs, get a big lead, carve up the Pats, get out of there. But then they also need the Chiefs to lose to the Raiders. And the Raiders ain't going to lose. The Raiders ain't going to beat the Chiefs. So the Chiefs might play their starters too. Because if they play their starters, then the Chiefs can win the first seed, right? But if the Bengals win 2 in a row, then they're going to be 2nd seed. Woo! So actually, you know what? The best case scenario, I think, I just figured it out. The best case scenario, and I'll go over the shop. Best case scenario is the Bengals winning, is the Chiefs and Raiders, doesn't matter. Bengals winning, right? And then Buffalo's going to play hard to get to the first seed. And if they do, they need the Chiefs to lose, right? And then they also need the Bengals to lose. Oh, it's just every time I change it, it gets messed up. All right, I'm done. I keep trying to mess with the playoff predictor. All right, guys, fire away some questions. I'll keep going for a few minutes. This has been fantastic. It's been fun just to talk and have a bit of a yarn. Oh yeah, I hear you. I think he's playing good football, man. I think the Steelers can beat the Browns. I really don't think, like, looking at what's Watson been doing. Dude, the whole Watson thing is just crazy. He's not even playing good football. I think they can take care of him. If you allow Deshaun Watson to come into your house and let him beat you, and look, I'm not saying the off-field stuff. I'm not getting involved in that stuff. I have no time for that. Not that I agree with it. I just don't want to. I just don't want to talk about it. But his stats this year, right? 2022, he's pretty awful, dude. Pretty bad. So 5 games, 30. Wait a minute, that can't be right. I was rushing. Hang on, my bad. He's got 5 TDs, 3 interceptions. He's got 56 completion, 800 yards. Yeah, he's not the best. He's been sacked 13 times, dude. Like they should be able to carve up Watson. They should. And Goat says, "Are you?" Yeah, pretty much. The Jets game depends on Mike White. It really does. Yeah, and I agree too. Jets game for sure. G'day, Owen. What's going on? Buffalo and City might have beaten. Buffalo and City have beaten. I can't remember. I don't remember. If the Bills win this week, they're not going to want to lose the Patriots. They could end up playing. Yeah. Wait a minute. Because wait. Can the Patriots still make the playoffs? I think they can. So I think they want to win that game, right? Because the Patriots can still win. Yes, they can. They can. So no matter what, the Bills want to beat the Patriots because if they win that game, they have a chance to go to the playoffs. So they want to beat that game. The only one, I think, the only skeptical one is the Jets versus Dolphins. Can they stop rookie Skylar Thompson, 7th-round pick? Jets getting revenge and knocking the Jets wanting to knock out the Dolphins. That's the only thing. But the more I think about it, The more I think about it, the more I think it can happen too. Because I can't believe we're talking AFC. I've been talking AFC East. I've been talking so much AFC East. But think about it, right? The Bills, they can end the Patriot season. And the Jets can end the Dolphins season. So that's a plus. So two rivals can end their season. The same time, though, the Browns can end the Pittsburgh Steelers season if they beat them. But let's be honest, are we really going to lose to the Browns? Are the Steelers, it might be a heart attack game, but are the Steelers, the way they're playing, going to lose the Browns? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, so they're in with a win. Okay. G'day, Wes. What's going on? There's only one spot for the Bills can knock out the Patriots. They would love it. Right. So you brought it up the other day, but say Kenny gets hurt, the Steelers done for? I don't think so. I think you can still rely on some running game with Trubisky if you go back to him. But they're not done for. Knock on wood. He'll be right. I think he'll be fine. Do you want to see? Yeah. Can't, mate. I'm keep knocking every day, mate. Yeah, I'm not even going to really answer that question. I think I answered it yesterday. Who do you want to see the number one seed in the AFC? Bengals, Chiefs, or Bills? That's interesting. Ooh. You know what? Well, I don't know. Let's say, excuse me. Let's say it's I'm trying to make a scenario for this. How do I make the Bengals number 2? Found it. Okay. I've got right now, next week, the Chiefs win. The Chiefs win that game. The Bengals win that game, and the Buffalo Bills win that game. And tonight's game, man, you guys got to use Playoff Predictor if you're not using it. Tonight's game, here it is. Bengals win tonight. They beat the Bills. Okay. Then next week, the Chiefs beat the Raiders. Oh, I knew what though? I forgot. Oh no, I forgot something. The Chiefs play earlier. Oh no. You guys know that? Oh no, this could stuff everything up. There could be oh no. The Chiefs play Saturday, right? The Chiefs play Saturday. If they win that game, the Bills can't win the number 1. Right? No matter what. Oh, yes, they can. Oh my goodness. All right. Wait a minute. Hang on. Okay, I figured it out. Here's one scenario. The Bills win today. I've now changed my mind. The Bills win today. Okay? The Chiefs then play Saturday. If they win that game, then they hold the number 1 spot right then and there. Then that will force the Bills to beat the Patriots to get the number 1 seed, if that makes sense. Then that would mean the Pittsburgh Steelers would go and face, if we win, the Steelers would face KC, right? I know this sounds like, have you guys ever seen that movie Basketball or Basketball? It sounds like that. It sounds like basketball. But pretty much if the Bills win today, we're going to find out a lot of information after this game. If the Bills win, then KC has to win next week, and the Bills have to win next week, forcing them to beat the Patriots, right? Because they'll play their starters to win. And then if the Bills win 2 in a row, they get a first round bye. If they don't win 2 in a row, if they lose tonight, right? If they lose tonight, KC gets the bye, and then we play Cincinnati if Cincinnati beats the Ravens. If Cincinnati doesn't beat the Ravens next week, then we would play Buffalo. If Buffalo wins. That's the scenario right there. Holy dooly. Far out. Woof. Okay. G'day, Jedi. No, there's not. Unfortunately not. We're too far away. We're too far away from the division. The division is going to the Bengals or the Ravens. And the same time, hang on a minute, this gets more interesting. The more I look at this playoff predictor, it gets more. Can the Ravens win the division? No, they can't. Hang on, yes, they can. If the Bills win, this is crazy, dude. This is crazy. If the Bills win tonight, right? The Bills win tonight. KC Chiefs, they're going to beat the Raiders. That's a lock. And then the Ravens beat the Bengals next week. Then the Bengals would be 5th seed at 11-6. Baltimore would be 3rd seed at 11-6. They would host a playoff game to the Chargers. Could you believe that? I can't believe that. And we would go to Arrowhead Stadium as a 7th seed, because that would force Buffalo to win 2 games in a row to get the first seed. Now, if the Patriots won, then New England would be in the playoffs. It's just all over the shop. Crazy. Holy dooly. All right. Steelers get... Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. I legit don't understand. I'm just like done. I'm actually done with the conversation. I don't think it needs to be a conversation anymore. If it gets to the playoffs, you've taken a rookie team to the playoffs, like the youngest team to the playoffs, and you have a chance. The only way is probably if they win a Super Bowl, but getting Pickett there is good enough, in my opinion. You guys know I'm a Tomlin guy for sure. Where are we? What happens if the Steelers, Dolphins? Wait, if Steelers, Dolphins? I don't know. Let's figure that one out. So you're wait. So you're saying that Dolphins, so Pats lose, Steelers lose, and Dolphins lose. Nothing happens. New England will get in. Oh, sorry, no, my bad. Wait, hang on. Oh wow! If the Browns win, the Bills win, and the Jets win, then New England is a 7th seed. Is that your question? I forget. Yes. Yep. All right. No, I'm sorry. Holy dude. Okay, no more. All right. There's a chance in the dance, man. Oh, man. All right, no more. It is actually a bit of a headache, isn't it? So, but the thing is, we just need teams to win, man. Sorry about that. It's fun though. If you go on the playoff predictor, it's pretty fun. Like, there's some good stuff there, man. There's some good stuff there. I hate the term Tomlin hate because some people actually hate him. I don't hate it. No, look, it's not that. Look, I respect Tomlin. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think it's about. Maybe it's not about like or hate, but I'm just so over. Okay, maybe I'll stick to the main narrative of, okay, no feelings involved. There's no feelings. I don't understand why you want to fire him. There's no feelings. The guy's a winner. Let's put it that way. The guy's a winner. If you like him or not, if you like his personality or whatnot, I actually think he's probably a cool guy, right? To me, the players respect him. The locker room, the locker room, respects him, right? And NFL players around the league, coaches, all these guys, everyone respects him. He's won in this league. He's won 100 and something 60 games. He gives the Steelers the best chance to go to the playoffs. There's only 1 year I think he missed he's 1 or 2 years or 3 years he missed the playoffs, right? He's 8-9. He's won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2. I don't think he gets enough credit. I don't think he gets enough credit as well. There's no credit due for the success he has with Kenny Pickett, right? I read the other day that where is it? There's like 10 players in their rookie year, over 10 players that didn't make the playoffs. And if Kenny makes it, he's going to beat Joe Burrow, Joe Herbert, Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Mayfield, Darnold, Allen, Rosen, Trubisky, Wentz, Winston, Mariota, Bridgewater, Manuel. All those guys never made it the first year. So taking this team that was not meant to make it, that was meant to be in a rebuild year, like Steelers are meant to be in rebuild to a lot of people. Meant to be a Steelers rebuild right now. And to me, that's success. Like you're getting something out of nothing. You're playing with a bit of house money, getting the team yet again to a playoff spot. So I'm not saying if you like, maybe it's not about liking or hating. The fact is too, let's be very honest. I think we all know the Rooney's are not going to fire him. Let's be very honest. They're not going to do it. The Rooneys won't fire Mike Tomlin. If I was the organization CEO and I could see that my employee was doing a great job and getting my team to the playoffs pretty much every year, winning record, they're not going to fire him. Like that's the thing. So it doesn't really matter in a big nutshell of things if you're pro or you're against. It doesn't really matter what we think. What really matters is the organization. And when you knuckle down to and you chip away at certain things, it's they're not going to fire him. They will not fire Mike Tomlin. It won't happen. The guy's a winner. He has won. He's won this league. He keeps winning, and he has a chance now. If these three things happens, he takes him to the playoffs. And at the bye, or you're right, the bye, we're 2-6. And yes, there needs to be some pressure on Tomlin for being 2-6. But to get yourself out of that and to see where they are now, to be 8-8 and never have a losing season ever, which is actually an NFL record, is a pretty good thing. He's like the only coach in NFL history to never have a losing season, right? I'm pretty sure that's the thing. So I don't understand the rhetoric of fire Tomlin. I don't understand that from that aspect. Maybe not like, okay, I like him, you like him, or whatever. I just don't get that. I don't understand. There's no take the emotion out, take the emotion away. Why would you fire a coach who's successful? That's what I'm saying. Can you do what a Yins of? Can you do? I'd have to probably talk to someone. Yeah, West is right. The fact is, that's true. Tomlin will be Steelers coach as long as he wants to be. And you know what I find very exciting right now? And I'm telling you, he's enjoying this again. Can he not see the fire in Tomlin's heart as he walks around the players and he's shaking their hands, giving them hugs? And he sang the song Black and Yellow the other day by Wiz Khalifa. And I understand it's black and gold, but he sang that song, Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow. He's fired up. He kind of gets it now. Like, okay, if I were to agree with one thing, which I don't agree with, but let's play if I did agree, they were Cowboys players. Well, right now, they are Tomlin's players. All these players are Tomlin's players, okay? And he's getting the team fired up and ready. He got them ready for the Raiders game. A lot of people thought we weren't going to win that game. A lot of people thought they weren't going to win. They weren't going to beat the Ravens. He's getting the team ready, and he's happy to be coaching. He's 50 years old. He probably has maybe 10 years, 15 years left, depending how it goes. He's now building around a young Kenny Pickett, which is amazing to me. To next year, I think is going to be a good season. Bring in some depth to the O-line, maybe go and get a receiver. I don't know. Build something up. Go and get a new offensive coordinator. And I understand that's Tomlin's guy, but go and get someone like that and see what can happen, right? To me, it's crazy. Owen says, we'll shut the haze up if they build the playoffs. Yep, exactly right. If from 2-6 and they go and win a playoff game, that would be fantastic, right? Should Steelers hire Sean Payton as a DC? I don't know. The Sean Payton talk's been out there a lot. If anything, I would say they would move Brian Flores to DC, and they would move on from what do you call it? They would move on from Terrell Austin, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think this Sean Payton thing's a bit of a smokescreen, to be honest. I really think it's a bit of a smokescreen. So, yeah, I think Flores. I think actually, I was talking to Owen about this the other day. I think Flores will stick around with Pittsburgh for the next year. And I could be wrong, but I would say, why not? Why would you want to leave? Stay there next year and build your resume again. He's fighting the stuff. He's suing the NFL, so he's still got to deal with that. Why would you want more stress to go out there and be a head coach? In my opinion, if I was him, why would you want to be a head coach? Stay where you are and play some good or coach some good football, a good quality side, and deal with the NFL and then move on. He's got 2-year contract. I think Matt Canada has 1-year contract too, right? You think he would take it? I'm not too sure. I don't know, but I'm not him. I'm not him at all, right? I have no idea. Not having a losing season, not a record. I'm not going to get involved again, man. I've said what I've said. There's nothing like my title says. Still a nation. Winning is not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with winning, right? Tomlin has a winning or non-losing seasons, right? But still, there's only 3 games. There's 3 games that if he would have won those 3 games, he would have a winning season every single year. He went 8-8, I think, 3 times. That's not bad. That is not bad. I think we are spoiled. I think the Steelers fans are spoiled. We compare ourselves, to the other teams. But it's like we are spoiled to a certain degree. And I'm only speaking from my voice, but I'm like, it's not bad. Since 2002, they have never had a losing season. That's great. Detroit Lions, Texans, Panthers, all these guys would want to have a guy like Tomlin because they still have a chance. I read comments on Facebook from other teams saying Coach Tomlin's a great coach. I then go to another post on Pittsburgh Steelers Facebook and say how they want to fire Tomlin. But in reality of things, it doesn't really matter if you're left or right. The Rooneys won't fire him. So that's why I'm kind of sick of it. I've just been sick of the argument for 5 years. For 5 years, it's been the same argument over and over and over. And the point is, when's the fire Tomlin crowd, their torch going to go out like Survivor? When are they going to put the torch out and go, you know what, it's time to leave. See you, mate. Torch is done. Like, what will it take? What will it take the fire Tomlin crowd to recognize and not say fire Tomlin anymore? Does it take him getting fired? Is that one possibility? Does the fire Tomlin crowd want to see a Super Bowl? Do they want to see a playoff victory? What will it take for them to be absolutely no noise? No noise. Winning helps. When there's a win, no one talks about it, right? When there's a win, there's no credit, right? I talked to Matty the other day. Matty was saying, there's no real pressure on the organization. It all goes on Coach Tomlin. Okay, he can't look. I know he's the focal head, but what will it take? Will it take a Super Bowl win this year with a rookie quarterback? And if here it is, look, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if this did happen, if the Steelers went out there and they won the Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback in Kenny Pickett, he would be the first rookie quarterback in history to win a Super Bowl. If you guys want to try and fact check me on that, you can if you want. You can fact check. I'm pretty sure I looked it up. If no rookie quarterback has ever won the Super Bowl. Imagine if Tomlin took this team, they went all the way and they won the Super Bowl. Then to me, you have no chance of ever saying fire Tomlin ever again. He was the youngest at one time, the youngest head coach to win a Super Bowl in this league. He's never had a losing season. He has a positive record. The amount of times we've been watching since 2007 or 6 when he was a coach, we've had the betterment of watching our team win 161 times to 90 losses. So as a fan watching our team play on Sunday, we have been happier in a Steelers victory than we have been in a Steelers loss. Okay, he's a similar playoff record to Peyton, to John Harbaugh, to those dudes. I just don't understand. I'm legit. I don't know what you want. I legit don't know what the fire Tomlin crowd wants from him. That's what I don't understand that. I'm happy for him to have a chance every year. Michael Carr says, he could be. Taking this team is like that. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I saw that. I love that stuff. Tom Landry went 21 seasons without having he went 21 seasons. So there's someone's done it before, right? I don't know. I have to look it up. So Tom Landry went 21 seasons without having one losing season. There you go. So I guess Tomlin has had 16 or 17. Where are we? It might not be a record, but I said what I said. That's very true. G'day, here we go. What's going on? Oh, by the way, go check out Devon's channel. Here we go. Most of you guys do. Devon did a really good video essay on Kenny Pickett the other day. That was great, man. That was so cool. I need to watch it again. It was really cool what you did. Sporting coach, and that's too. Some of the fan base. Look, I don't mean to pick on the fire Tomlin guys all the time, but they seem to get the most of the highlight. Like they're always in the news, you know. But it's like there are guys like myself and Jed who just want to support our team. Just want to support our team as best we can. I agree. G'day, Yui. What's going on? Oh yeah, I agree too. No, I just don't. I don't think he's going to be this. The Odell Beckham talk. I just don't think he's going to be there, man. Michael said he backed him for 14 years. Well, then come back on the train. Would you be happy? Yeah, I just don't think so. Mike Malone says a Super Bowl victory. And win number 7, you'd think so. Okay, look, dead set. Look. If that happens, if the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't think it's going to happen. Like I'm being real. It may not happen, but if it did happen, then what do you say? If Mike Tomlin takes Kenny Pickett all the way, and they go on to to win the Super Bowl, number 7. We have the most titles in history. You have nothing. You have absolutely nothing. 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 Yeah, nothing. Yeah, exactly right. The thing is, back to the narrative. They won't do it. They won't do it. Right? They won't do it. They won't move on from a guy like that. Yeah, no, I've said that before too. This is what I'm saying? This has been going on 5 years back and forth. It's like, to me, once you're a coach, you're a coach. No one gives flack about you know Harbaugh getting their players. Like, you can't fire the roster. So the minute a coach comes in, you can't fire the roster. And also, I'm telling you right now, Steeler Nation, the 5% who don't like Tomlin, the minute a new coach comes in, I'm telling you right now, you guys know this. The minute that Coach Tomlin is fired tomorrow, say Coach Tomlin's fired tomorrow, next season, a new coach comes in. The minute the Steelers go 0-4, what are they going to say? Honestly, what are they going to say? The minute that a new coach comes right in here and the Steelers start the season 0-5, 0-4, 0-3, heck, 0-2, what would Steeler Nation say? They would say, fire that coach. They would, 100%. 100%. I actually think Tomlin's a future Hall of Famer. I think he is. I think he's a future Hall of Famer. I actually think the amount of he's not giving enough. Tomlin doesn't get enough respect from his own fan base. Now some do, but some don't. But I think he's That's right. They haven't won. He didn't win 2 with his own. He didn't win 2 with his own team. Oh man! You guys got any more questions? I'll start to wrap it up. I know it was a bit of a Tomlin episode, but that's funny, man. Hey, GP's next. Let's go. Yeah, man. Hey, I reckon it's cool what you're doing, man. I like that. It's like a whole video biography on the player, man. That's why we love this stuff. That's why we love this shit. It's fun. Tomlin, I thought he did. Tomlin does. He is the only coach in the NFL that has never had a losing season. And we're like, fire Tomlin. I just don't get it. It's just comical at the moment. It's comical. Oh man. They beat up on a backup team. No, it was a Steelers versus Ravens. It was Steelers versus Ravens. It was a physical game. Man, I think Huntley's better than Lamar. Should the Steelers bring back as quarterback coach? No. Should they? Maybe. Will he? Probably not. I don't think he will, to be honest. Right? Exactly right. The narrative. It needs to go both ways, and I haven't got the stats behind me. It's got if you're gonna say all these things, Tomlin's players never had blah blah blah. 8-9 record. It's got to go both ways. If you become a coach, you can't. If you become a coach, you cannot just be like, all right, okay, fire the players, get rid of everyone. Oh, we don't need them here, mate. We don't want our players. Fire every single person. No, I think it's more than that. Yeah, big time. Yeah, I heard about that. Right, I heard about that too. I'm not too sure. I'll tell you what, I don't get too much news. on the Roonies. You don't really hear you don't see the Roonies in the spotlight that much. But that's a big question. Also, it's a big year for Omar Khan too. It's a big year for the organization. The organization can try and get out of this one. So there were 6 different starters on Tomlin's Super Bowl. There you go. Only 6. There you go. And of course, they lost that one, right? But that sucks, Can't speak facts. They want to. What? See, I just don't get it, man. At some point, I just don't get it. I really don't. It doesn't make any sense. They've won 2 games. I just don't understand. Like honestly, take the feelings out of it. Why would they fire him? Right? I just gave you facts, man. Oh my, I'm not getting involved again, eh? Like that's it. There's gonna come a time where why do you even watch? If you hate the guy that much, why do you watch? I just don't understand. Who's the next Steelers player to be enshrined to the Hall of Fame? That's a good question because will Debo Harrison get to the Hall of Fame? Now, also Hines Ward can be in there. Big Ben, of course, will be there in 5 years for sure. He'll be there. But can someone else remind me who else has a chance to get there? I think Debo Harrison might have a chance. They keep snubbing Hines Ward. It doesn't matter if you think it's a record or not. It's the bottom line. Tomlin wins. He's not perfect, and exactly right. It's no one is perfect in this league. If fans want, here's the thing, I wouldn't watch. If the Steelers were perfect every year, they went 16-0, 16-0. That's not fun. How is that fun? There's zero adversity. It doesn't make any sense. So the thing is, the guy's a winner and he's winning and he's not going anywhere. That's the bottom line. G'day, State. What's going on? And oh, dude, that was cool, man. That was really cool. I like that. I thought he brought some intensity. I thought he played a bit like Vince Williams. He was a bit of a physical guy. I thought he played some good physical football. It's going to be very interesting to see what they're going to do next year at middle linebacker. I think Devin Bush will be gone. I'm pretty sure Devin Bush is gone because why aren't you playing him? They played more Spillane. They played, I think Jack was in and out there and here and there, but they played a lot of Spillane. Shout out to Spillane too, man. He played some good football as well, some good physical football. And Mike Tomlin was asked about this question. So you think, Mike Tomlin can't coach. He was asked the question, right? And that's a move. That's a Mike Tomlin move. He sat out Devin Bush. He limited Miles Jack, and he played Spillane, and he played Robinson. And the reason why he said that was he said they were more accustomed to the football that was being presented, something like that. Now, that's not his words, but Tomlin's theory was they were more customized to that smash mouth football, and that's what it was yesterday. It was smash mouth football. It was Robinson and Spillane who play that way. They play some physical football. Whereas Devin Bush and Miles Jack goes okay sometimes, but Devin Bush definitely not. He's not playing smash mouth football. That's what he said. He put those guys in, and why aren't we giving him praise for that? There should be some praise for those different schematics and praise for getting the team ready. Oh, yeah, big time. Because we love the team. And I love the team as well. But if you take the emotion out of it, take the emotion, okay? One last thing, and then any more questions, I'll do a few more questions and then get out of here. I feel like I'm doing the post game. But I get it. We all love the team. We all love the team. But the probably the biggest factor is on both sides of the argument, pro, against, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're pro or not. The Steelers aren't getting rid of Tomlin. It doesn't matter. It is an endless, pointless debate. The debate is pointless. It doesn't matter if you want to get rid of him, and it probably doesn't matter if you want him to stay or if you're pro Tomlin, because the Rooneys are not getting rid of him. There is no way on God's green earth that Rooneys walk out there tomorrow after the season and they say, attention, hello, g'day guys, welcome back to, Steeler Nation. G'day, we have some breaking news. We are now letting go Mike Tomlin. It's not going to happen. Like it just won't happen. So it's probably null and void when you think about it. The argument doesn't make any sense. And I actually think like a lot of fans of other teams are probably thinking, why are these Steelers fans arguing? Why are the Steelers fans arguing about their coach? They have 6 Super Bowls. Tomlin's won 1. He's been to 2. He's never had a losing season. Why are they arguing about firing Tomlin here and there? Because it doesn't make any sense. Either way. So, and at the point now, the Steelers are winning, and it still doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. Should Steelers hire Troy Polamalu as DB's coach? I don't think he'll come back. He's too busy. Man, Troy's cool, man. Troy's out there. What's he doing? The movie reviews and stuff. He's a quiet man. He ain't gonna do it. So the Rooney Rule prohibits them from it. I don't think so. I think he's winning. See, I disagree with that. Right? The Rooney Rule is there to hire or have a chance to hire minorities, right? And of course, that was because of Tomlin, but it's not because of that. That to me is not the answer. The reason why, to be very honest, the reason why they're not firing Tomlin is because he's never had a losing season. We're going in roundabouts. We're going in circles and roundabouts. You know what I'm saying? Circles and roundabouts. The reason is not the Rooney Rule. The reason is take color out of it, man. Just take the color away. He's a good coach, a good person. He leads the locker room. That's what he does. The people love him. And if the NFL loves him, the players love him. That's why. I just don't understand. It's not because of color and race or whatnot. It's because he's a good coach. That's why he's there. He's young. He has a new team with Kenny Pickett. He's getting peace with the O-line. They now have Omar Khan. He's been in the building. He's familiar. He's familiar with the building. He's been there 16 years. If I'm a CEO, if I'm a big businessman, I am not getting rid of one of my most reliable coaches that has been in the organization. That's to me. I'm not doing it. I would not get rid of something that works. Why would you get rid of something that works? The grass is always greener on the other side. If you get rid of this, if you get rid of the coach, you fire the coach, you don't know who's going to come in. That's what I don't understand. I don't understand that. He's successful. He's winning. He has won, and he can win in the future. That to me, I don't think that is it. I don't believe that. Anyways, all right, guys. I think that might be it. That was a 1 hour and 20 minutes. Holy crab apples, man. G'day, Rob. What's going on? Yeah, I don't believe that stuff. I just think, look, it's a business, right? You're gonna make money. Sure, you're gonna make money, but they're not selling Tomlin jerseys, you know. Here we go. Don't be surprised if the next move that Tomlin makes is moving the Steelers management and Brian Flores moves up to head coach eventually. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, just about to leave. All right, guys. Thank you for checking out. And also, thank you, Rod, mate, for the donation yesterday, too. I got a video coming out in 15 minutes with my reaction. Cheers, Brian Brown, mate. I got a video with my reaction yesterday, and we got the games. The game today doesn't really mean much sense. I know we went around and roundabouts. Look, I'm not going to convince you about Tomlin, and you're not going to convince me. Okay? That's not going to happen. The key point and the key argument is the argument probably shouldn't even exist because we can't do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? And we can't change anything. We just got to support our team. Now, at the end of the day, the Rooneys, if I put a poll out there, not saying should we, and maybe I will tomorrow, I'll move to tomorrow, not should we fire Tomlin, is will the Rooneys, you know what? No, actually, no, I won't put a poll out there because I'm sick of talking about it. The thing is, there shouldn't be in the question. It shouldn't even be a question. It shouldn't be a question. Because the Rooneys aren't going to fight Tomlin. All right, guys, that's everything. That's all of it. See you, West, mate. See you, Brown. See you, Brian Brown. Sorry, see you, Claude. See you, Mark Malone. Steel Girl, thank you, Rod. And thank you, Rod, mate. Much appreciated. Viper, everyone's in here. Thank you, everyone in the chat. I'll see you guys later. Yeah, that was insane, man. That was cool. I came back from a piss and I was like, what's going on? All right, let's play a bit of music or something like that, and I'll see you guys later. Where is it?